Didn't I tell you it was going to be a good episode? I didn't lie. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, my name is Jenny. My channel is Senior Perspective on Sister Wives. Today we're going to talk about episode number 16, and it opens up with the scene they've been teasing forever, which is Robyn on the four-wheeler and flying off. We laughed at Kody's response to it.
What did you hurt? Can I take your helmet off? She could be really hurt.
I know all.
I know how to help.
Now remove your helmet.
Can I move your head? If any tweak of pain hits, we want to stop and get a life flight out here.
Dr. Kody. Calling Dr. Kody. Stat. What's your diagnosis, Dr. Kody? If there is any tweak of pain, we need life flight. Unbelievable. Back off, son. All four appendages are moving and she's wiggling her butt.
And.
Call me crazy, but I'm thinking life flight might be pushing it. One of the members that was watching it with us said, as a paramedic, I am laughing so hard watching this and hearing the life flight line. It's the equivalent of like going to the emergency room for a headache. Takes the helmet off, stands up. Sure enough, Robyn ends up back on the four-wheeler over all these rocks and terrain, continuing to go on. Life flight? Let's get back on the four-wheeler and continue to ride. Kody is so hyperbolic, it's crazy. She's fine. But you know what? It's so classic Kody in this situation, right? Because really all he's saying is, it could have been really serious.
Hypothetically.
This could have happened. She could have been very serious. Like if there's any pain, we would have gotten life flight. Oh, well, this could have happened too.
If the ATV would have rolled over, that would have been also very dangerous, detrimental.
Hypothetically.
If that ATV would have rolled over, that could have been horrible. It's true, Kody. That's true. You know what else? If a car would have hit you head on your way there,
hypothetically,
when you were driving there, that would have been really bad. You may have been in an accident. You may have even needed to be life flighted out of there.
Hypothetically.
Also, if you would have been in contact with someone with a deadly disease,
hypothetically,
earlier in the day, like maybe at the grocery store and both touched the same thing, you could have gotten some sort of bacterial infection. And it could have been deadly.
Hypothetically.
Could have been. Are we just going to sit here and talk about what could have possibly maybe happened? None of it happened. She went off the thing, she got up and started driving some more. That's what happened. So let's just stop right now with the over-exaggeration of how crazy this accident was, which according to him wasn't even an accident. It was Robyn being irresponsible.
Let's talk about that.
I'll have a little montage right here of showing Kody so empathetic to Robyn right after she fell off.
You better respect your horse.
I usually do.
I do not drive over these rocks ever.
Instantly, as soon as he knows he doesn't need life flight, he starts accusing her and blaming her for the accident.
I wasn't planning on it.
I saw you do it before. You did it just as crazy.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you kind of crazy driver.
Enough already.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you go over there? You were going too fast.
He still won't shut up about it.
Didn't mean to go into that. I saw you coming.
It's
I
okay.
tried to avoid you.
It's okay, but I saw you do it once before, and it looked like it's on purpose.
He's like, you did it before. No, you did it. It was just maddening to listen to. It was like hair tingling on the back of my neck when I was listening to him, blaming her in the situation for being in the situation that she is. Accidents happen, Kody. And quite frankly, she made it very clear. She was trying to avoid you. Can't believe I'm defending Robyn. Kody is going to get me to defend Robyn probably a couple times in this episode, and that's how bad he is.
Oh boy.
It's partly Robyn trying to do her redemption arc thing. I get it. I believe that too. I really do. And maybe it's just working.
Don't fall for it.
It's just hard for me to believe that they are scripting and acting this whole thing out because his ego is so big. He can never be wrong about it. But here's a classic example. This wasn't scripted, her flying off. We saw her fly off that thing. That was not scripted. The second he found out that she was okay, boom, he went right in at her, blaming her, all her fault, because he knew she was avoiding him and he wasn't going to take any responsibility for it. So the fact that they would have an argument or a discussion and she would bring things up that make him look bad, i.e. put him in a position where he needs to say he's sorry or take accountability for something, and he would allow that and allow it to go on camera, is just hard for me to believe, because it's not the Kody that we've ever seen before. Never seen it. Even back in the day, we never saw it early on. He was a happier Kody. He was goofy clown Kody, but he was never, I'm so sorry. Did I do something to hurt your feelings? I'm sorry. I don't ever remember the words I'm sorry out of the man's mouth. I'm sure they came out once.
Really? I don't remember that.
I don't remember it. Maybe when we go back and start watching it at season 1 this year, after this season ends, we can document how many times we've heard him in 14 years, 19 seasons, say I'm sorry. There's another column on our chart to keep track of things. I'm going to have to make an Excel spreadsheet for all the data we're collecting on these episodes. Okay. Moving on. So we have Robyn and her confession. I've been on these motorized vehicles in the past, but I don't want to let my kids know because I don't want to be a bad example. I don't think being on a motorized vehicle and driving reckless is as much of a bad example as the whole purity speech and everything leading up to that.
Don't remind me. Ugh.
Based on your faith. Just saying. I think the faith would say the ATV's okay. Premarital sex, not okay. Oh, but we'll get to that later too.
This is so juicy.
All right, so we get a couple great moments here of Robyn really throwing digs at Kody. And here's the first one. Kody tells her, oh, I was going to say something nice here. Like, I don't know, like, I love you. And he said, what did you think I was going to do? Say something romantic? And she said, you used to. Oh. Thanks for sharing, Robyn. Nice to know that the sweet nothings are gone in the relationship right now. In my opinion, the reason why they're gone and he's not being romantic and wooing her anymore is because he doesn't need to. It was fun for him. There's like fun in the chase, so he enjoyed the whole chase, of course, at the beginning. And then after he got her, the fun was in how can we find ways to get as much time together as possible. It's a game for him. It's still like cheating on the other wives because he gave her more money. He gave her more time. He gave her whatever she wanted. But at the same time, he did his best to try to hide that from the other wives. Did a very poor job of it.
So true.
But they were willing to put their head in the sand for a very long time as well.
So true.
So yeah, to him, it was still sort of like the fun is still in the chase. I would even venture to guess that COVID was exciting for him because he's like, look, I'm getting her full time right now. This is thrilling. I got these other wives. I'm still keeping them at bay, occasionally stopping in. But then once they all started leaving, boom, boom, boom. He was like, freaking out. He reaped what he sowed, and now he gets what he always wanted before, but the reality is, in the back of his mind, he's got no place to escape to. There's not that thrill of the hiding of it, or the secrecy of it, or anything like that anymore. It's all out in the open. It's just between the two of them. I think she's going to be too boring for him. How's he going to handle it? Well, step number 1, buy a new house.
I got an itch to move so bad. Sweetheart, we got to remodel. We got to do something. I got to get out of here.
Run away from your problems. Again.
There you go. Alrighty. Oh, here's a novel thing that Robyn says.
I'm the one he's with, and so, like, I'm sort of getting the brunt of it. It's been very difficult. You know, it's not what I wanted.
Ha! Jokes. I think it's the 13th time she said that.
You know, it's not what I wanted.
Kody says the dumbest things. And I don't mean dumb in terms of intelligence, although there's plenty of those to go around as well. But like, he will say the most insensitive and selfish things so seriously. And he means it to the core of his being. This is what I mean when I say some of these scenes I don't think are being acted out because he truly, deep down inside, thinks he is the bee's knees. He can do no wrong everybody around him is wrong, including the golden cow. Okay. So here's what he says.
All the goals I had, everything that, like the one family, the one home, I literally felt like the family was in the way of my goals because they didn't want the same things I wanted.
Okay, when you say that, it sounds really bad. You know that, right?
And shocker of all shockers, here's the second time where I'm like, okay. Robyn stood up and spoke some words to him. I do believe she's kind of at her wit's end. And it may not necessarily be, it's late, it's almost midnight. It may not necessarily be because she really wants the whole family together, because she loves the idea of polygamy and that, because she never lived it. She never wanted it. She never, she always had other people helping. She never had sister wives help. She never wanted to live together with them. Let's call a duck here. She had it good. She wants that back. She does want the sister wives in name only. She loves the income that they all bring in that she can spend. She loves the opportunity to send Kody out to another wife's house anytime he is bothering her. And she likes to play the game too. She likes to be top wife, but pretend like she's not top wife, nor does she want to be top wife.
No, of course not.
She can't play the game anymore. They're going to get bored of each other. Okay, Robyn says something here and the grammar makes no sense, so we just have to interpret it on our own. I guess you can tell me what you think she said. She said that I started to see a really big change in Kody, but I think that all of us were.
I started noticing a really big change in him, but I think all of us were.
Were what? So I don't know if she's trying to say all of us were seeing a change in him, because the next thing she says makes it sound like all of us were changing.
There was less of this focus on the family, the group, the main part of the family, not the kids out there. And that's where they wanted to focus more on the kids that had moved away.
Then she goes on and shares this.
I don't know if I was really changing as much, but I think Meri and Janelle and Christine specifically were changing.
Okay, this is very, very interesting. All right, we're going to take it line by line. Here we go. There was less of this focus on the family. Okay. So I guess I think we're still talking about everybody. There was less focus on the family, which is interesting because we were just talking about Kody and how he changed, but he's claiming he didn't lose the focus on the family. But okay, anyway, so there was less focus on the family.
The main part of the family, not the kids out there, and that's where...
The main part of the family, not the kids out there. Oh, the main part of the family. Who's the main part of the family? Oh, the people in the main house where Kody's living? Is that the main part of the family? Not the kids that are out there? Kody made reference to that once too. I'm focusing just on the family that's here right now, not all them out there. Do you remember that? That really rude comment? I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But he said something almost exactly like that. And I'm like, oh, them out there? It was us against them.
I have a safe, kind and sweet place with my wife, Robyn. And then I have tons of guilt because I'm not more involved with everybody else that's out there.
So when she says out there, them out there, well, Kody meant all the OG kids versus Robyn's kids. Sounds like she's doing the same thing right here. And she's upset that people weren't focusing on what the main important part was. We're focusing on what's all out there. Oh, like the main family? Like 80% of the family? Yeah, she's concerned. Why are they focusing on that? Why am I not the center of attention? Me and my kids. And then Robyn.
I don't know if I was really changing as much, but I think Meri and Janelle and Christine specifically were changing.
I don't think so.
Okay, now that I think about it, I don't think I was changing that much. I know I started off saying Kody changed and then we all changed, but no, I'm going back now. I need to retract. I wasn't changing that much. Just Meri and Janelle and Christine, they were all changing. Mm-hmm. The ones who have kids that have moved on in life were focusing on their kids that moved on in life.
How could you?
This is a problem for Robyn. She can't understand why they're not turning all their focus on her and her kids. She really thought that the kids would grow up move out of the house, go to college, get an apartment, get married, have grandchildren, and they would just turn away from them, see them on occasion, but focus all their attention on Robyn and her kids. Maybe her and Kody both thought that. I don't know.
What about my dreams? What about my money?
What about me? And my kids.
I just think this little bit of dialogue here is very revealing of what Robyn's expectations were and why she's so hurt about this. It really comes back to it's all about her. She's upset about the big picture also ending and them not being together because she saw her kids as being the ones there. I think she knew deep down inside she was never going to let the other kids go. The older ones in their 20s, they're all still there too. And the young ones are there and there's no other young ones besides Truly. So her family would be the main focus because they would always be around, all 5 of them, till the day they die. That's not true.
Run as fast as those chubby legs can go.
God willing, they will all find amazing spouses, move out, move on, and far away. Hopefully they go to Europe. Kody stays behind.
There's us and the young'uns. Good land.
No, what's even better? Hopefully they all move to North Carolina or Utah. I mean, they won't, but I'm just dreaming now. This is my story that I'm writing. All right.
Meri and I broke up. Can I have that stuff back?
I want my things back.
All right, we have Kody making accusations again and then backing it up with ambiguous language.
Meri and I got married and she took over everything that I had on a certain level.
Meri and I got married. She took over everything I had on a certain level. On the level of about 5%. But she took it all 5%.
Everything that I had on a certain level.
Breaking down what he says is just amazing. So now he's not mentioning any other things that Meri has taken. So I'm thinking there's nothing. There's nothing. It's just this item. Meri had made a quilt out of t-shirts. T-shirts that were from Kody's past, from her past, and then t-shirts of things they did together and put it all together in a big quilt, gave it to them for their 10-year anniversary. She actually did a really nice job. Looking at the quilt, she did a lot of stitching in there and patchwork stuff, and it wasn't just the box squares, the big, you know how you see the t-shirt quilts now where all of them are like 1 foot by 1 foot, boom, 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 which are still nice, but this was on another level. Well, Kody wants it back.
Why?
He just thought, you know what? This is unfair. Why has she made this thing with all my t-shirts when no other wife is ever going to get any of this special memorabilia of my old sweaty t-shirts from wrestling that I know they want so desperately?
I wasn't even thinking of, maybe someday one of my other wives wants a jersey.
They don't.
T-shirt.
They don't.
Or just some connection to my past.
They don't.
And it was weird to me that Meri got all of it and nobody else got any of it.
Well, if they don't want it.
Oh, Meri has something to add about the fact that she took his t-shirts and her t-shirts and theirs together and created this blanket for him for their 10-year anniversary. You know, how unthoughtful it was of her to take all this stuff and keep it away from any other wife. This is what she says.
Kody is actually the one who came up with this idea for this quilt.
Ooh, burn. I would love to know if there's one wife ever that said, dang, I wanted that t-shirt of yours from middle school. Missed out. I was wife number 2 or wife number 3. No. And you know what? I guarantee you, Robyn doesn't want it either. Kody wants it back. Kody can't let go of the past. He's still living in high school, his glory days when he was a wrestler.
Get over it.
He wants those t-shirts.
Can I have that stuff back?
I'm a little baby.
So Meri is cutting it up and sending it back to him. Now, I am very upset with Meri that as she's cutting it up to send it back to him, she's taking the time to take all the stitching out of the side and take the batting off the back and everything. No, I would have just straight on cut around the shirt in a box and sent it off to him. she's a better person than me. And
you're not going to believe this.
as she's being so meticulous and kind about sending him his part of this blanket back, she shares this.
One time he told me, this was right after we moved to Vegas, he said, "You have been really horrible to me for 20 years, so you're going to have to wait at least that long for me to fix my relationship with you."
No.
When we had just moved to Vegas, when we were living in the rentals, is when he said this to me.
Oh, she would have protected him in the past. She would have protected him in the past. And why do we know she would have protected him in the past? Because this is what she shares that he said to her 20 years into their marriage. 20 years into their marriage was at the point that they were in the rentals in Vegas. The rentals in Vegas, just to remind you, was season 2 of Sister Wives. Season 2. Meri sharing that. Sorry, I have a cat that. Hi. Okay. Meri sharing this bit of information that Kody came up to her and said, "You've been really horrible to me for 20 years, and therefore your sentence is 20 years to make it up to me." There's so much wrong with that statement. Like, where do you even begin? First, we've got the point that Meri knew back at the point that they were just moving to Vegas that which would have been around the time Robyn was coming into the family, when things were really going awry. I need to hear exactly what her train of thought was at that moment when she decided to say, "Yeah, I think it's a great idea that Robyn come." Did he start creating small lists for her early on and it turned into a bigger list when they moved to Vegas? Was he making her do things early on, and maybe one of those things was find me another wife?
Do you think so?
Of course he would present it in such a way, not find me another wife as much as, I think you need another sister wife. You and I are not getting along. This is difficult. I think part of the problem is you're not getting along with Janelle and Christine, but they're getting along with each other. So let's find you somebody else. Knowing the whole time he had Robyn in the wings here, all ready to go. I do believe this evil plan had been conjured up well before Meri had any idea what was going on. And Meri did admit that she wasn't nice and she was difficult to get along with.
I know I wasn't the easiest to live with. You know what I mean? And I get that.
I don't understand that at all. I'm really struggling with that.
I have not been nice all the time.
Now, this is something that Kody, the other 2 wives, and Meri have all said. So, I mean, it must be true. And on the show, we've seen her be a little abrasive, let's say. Not my favorite sister wife for 15 seasons? 16 seasons, maybe 17 seasons.
Okay, well, there's a ringing endorsement.
Only recently have I taken to Meri. And she has done a lot of work, and people can change. People can change. They have the right to change. Now, that doesn't mean she's perfect. And I will point out when she does or says things that I don't agree with. I just did on the last episode. But with her saying I was really difficult, Meri's the one that had the most trouble with the whole sister wife makeup. I think it's largely because she was wife number 1. So she had the biggest transition because she had a monogamous relationship with Kody for numerous years. Oh, my cat found another toy that has kitty litter in it. I thought I hid all those. I didn't tonight. He just took it into my bedroom. He knows I'm here. I just saw him. Pull it together. Okay, I'm over here, Chubbs. Did you get something for me? Did you kill something? You did? Bring it here. Come here.
We're cutting all this out. I don't know where I went. What was I talking about? I need a drink. Meri. All right. Okay.
So it is kind of disturbing to me that Meri has known that he's felt this way, that he came right out and told her right when they moved to Vegas, before they even started building the homes, when they were in the rentals. I don't like the way you've treated me for 20 years. 20 years of penance to make up for it. And she was all right with it.
As well.
Did she love him that much? Did she want to stay on the show? Was it just she was that insecure and immature? Combination of all of it? That was earlier than I expected. You know what time it is. Halfway through the episode, and this is your opportunity now to hit that like button if you haven't had a chance to. If you're not subscribed to this channel, do that right now. Hit the subscribe button. Also, anybody who is subscribed, hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified and be one of the first people to see these videos when they first come out. The benefit of that also is that when you leave a comment down below, it's more likely to get pushed up to the top and have other people comment on your comment or react to your comment and have it get pushed up to the top, because that's just how the algorithm works, because you're one of the first people that saw the video. That being said, make sure you leave a comment for me as well. And I love all your comments. I spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours today starting to go through comments from the last 2 videos. Now let's get back to the episode review. It also goes back to the notion of possibly she was involved in helping get Robyn in the family. Although duped into doing it, she did it to please Kody, to get back in his good graces. She knew it was something that he wanted, and she wanted to give him something that he wanted because they weren't getting along for a long period of time. Of course, that was before the 20-year comment. I would have cut him off at the knees and told the world exactly the words he said at that moment.
For starters.
I wonder if I don't think she did, because I don't think she was close with Janelle or Christine. I was going to say I wonder if she shared that with either one of them, but I don't think she did. Wow. This is deep. This just goes deep, deep. Okay. So you think that over all these years, and now that they've left, and now that he's left the faith, and after all this reflection that's happened, 17 years later, I don't know exactly how many it is, Kody would have a different perspective on it. He'd be contrite. He'd feel bad about the way he presented all that. No, this is the attitude that he's taking.
I wasn't saying that because I was mad at the time. I was saying it because I was mad enough to tell the truth.
I'm an arrogant man.
I don't think there's a nasty thing that comes out of Kody's mouth that he doesn't mean. I think he means all of it. I think he regrets it, but I think he means all of it. That's where she misjudged him. She saw more potential, more kindness, more human characteristics inside Kody than I think were ever really there. And I think she's given him way more chances than he ever deserved.
The point is I want to be in a relationship that works and is good. And maybe if you want a roadmap to get that, we start with some things that bother me about you.
So this is how Kody sees a relationship with somebody. If you would like to be in a relationship with me that's good, here's your list. This is the roadmap. It starts with all the things about you that bother me, that you need to change. Here you go. You can't make it up, people. Meri comes right out and says, I did everything he asked of me, everything. And this liar, arrogant man who gave her this list that says, do this, and she does that, now he doesn't know what to do because he just assumed that she would never be able to complete the list. According to Meri, his now option is, I will now just continue to ignore you and pretend like you don't exist as one of my wives.
Such a child.
Because I don't believe in divorce. This is a man who puts higher the notion of divorce than being kind, than being respectful, than honoring your wife, than loving your wife. All the characteristics of the way you're supposed to treat your wife, none of that matters to him. The divorce is more important. Treat her like absolute dirt, as long as you don't get divorced. Where's the logic in that? Kody logic. Maybe AUB logic? I don't know. Not there. I know for sure it's Kody logic. It's warped. It's not right. I said it before, I'll say it again. He done that girl wrong. Even if she was rotten back then, even if she was mean as all get out, doesn't matter. He needed to step up and divorce her if he couldn't handle it. And he couldn't handle it. He tried to run away like a scared little baby. Here, I'll give you a list of things to do. That'll keep you busy. It's like what you did with your kids when they were young. And they just keep crawling on you, and then you're trying to get things done and all that, and you're like, okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to play a game. Here's the game. I'm going to draw pictures of what you need to do around the house. Can you find this? Can you wipe down this? Can you take all the stuff on that table and put it away? When you're done with it, I'm going to put a star in each of these boxes. Here's your paper. Here's your paper. On your mark, get set, go. That's how we treated Meri. You want me? Earn me. The difference is when my kids completed the list, I hugged them, I loved on them, I praised them, I stopped what I was doing, and I sat down and I spent time with them. I put aside the cleaning, the cooking, whatever it was that I was working on, and I gave my attention to them because I love them. I care about them, and I treated them as human beings, not dogs that you're training. Actually, I've treated my dogs and my cats better than Kody treated Meri. He was abusive to her. He was emotionally abusive to her for a long time.
I don't want to talk bad about Meri now.
Oh, now.
Got that out of your system?
Are you actually saying that?
Kody's just gone on and on and on about why he didn't like Meri and how he didn't want to be married to her and how he should have divorced her, and then goes on to say, I don't want to say anything bad about her. I guess he doesn't think all that he said was bad. I guess that says even more about the man, doesn't it?
He needs therapy.
A lot of therapy.
I thought that if I was the best person that I could be, that it would be okay with him, and now he'd accept me.
And that is why Meri granted the divorce. Right there. Now that we know he told her all the way back in the rentals, you need to earn my love back. What is the biggest sacrifice that she could possibly give? The marriage. She gave up the marriage. She gave it to Robyn. And then he has the nerve now to say, we may have made love that night.
No, you didn't.
We know better. Unless Meri is lying about all of this, I don't think she is. I believe her. I know I've heard out there rumblings from people who say that they don't believe any of this that Meri's saying. I don't know. I do. I don't believe Kody. I believe her. And I think that really good therapist that she has is what's making her finally see it for what it really is. So we have a little scene here. I do not remember this extended dialogue with Truly, so I'm going to put it in here. I think it's adorable. And we don't get a whole lot of Truly sharing what she thinks and feels about things. So we are back with Christine's wedding. We are seeing a lot of footage that we saw last year, so I'm not going to talk about any of that. Again, if you're interested in Christine's wedding, go back to last year's videos. I have a full video on the day before the wedding and a full video covering the hour of the actual wedding. So what they're covering today is that day before the wedding. And it's really nice to see Truly move from early on when they were just looking at venues and all that. So this is about 6 months later now. But early on that she was always trying to separate Kody and her mom. And it's just really struggled with the whole relationship to the point now where she's talking about it very fondly.
What made us accept David already, for one thing, is that he's already a parent, but, I've never seen Mom so happy.
That's cute for Truly to say.
Truly's cute. Truly and David have a good relationship. He'll just give her all these little compliments all the time, and you just see her glow, and it's so good.
I think they do have a good relationship, too. And we have Kody being deep with Robyn here. Prepare yourself. Buckle up.
You and I sit here in this moment with this truth we have.
Huh?
I couldn't find that with them anymore.
We sit here in this moment with this truth that we have. What are you talking about? What truth? Love? You mean love? Were you using the word truth for love?
We found our own truth.
His truth is his truth.
But what is your truth?
Okay, the lie is the truth. Because acting is truth.
Did you have a truth with them and it's a lie now? Like, wrong word, Kody. Again, we're not even going to say it's adjacent. It's just a wrong word. Nice try. Whole scene here now of Robyn sitting on the ATV that she fell off of earlier and talking with Kody very coherently. I don't think there's a concussion. I think she's fine. Call off life flight. And it's just back and forth, back and forth. Her trying to get him to continue a relationship with Janelle. It takes him forever to get to the point to just say, Janelle doesn't want me back. And you know what? He never does say it. She says, did she say she doesn't want you back? And he said, yes. And she goes, did she say those words? And he said, yes. And then Robyn's like, oh, their communication is the worst. Honest to goodness.
I think that he wants to work it out with her.
No, he doesn't.
He does. He goes through days where he's frustrated, but then other days he's like, yeah, we could work this out.
You're delusional.
And I've still been sort of hanging on to this.
Oh, we know.
For 2 years.
He doesn't want to work it out with Janelle. He has said for years he doesn't love her and he doesn't want to be with her and he doesn't like any of Janelle's kids. I would have thought that he likes Savannah, but he has a funny way of showing it if he will completely miss seeing her for 6 weeks, which included Christmas. He's done. He's done with them. He's moved on. It's so sad. It's so sad, but it's true. He has closed the door on his entire life pre-Robyn, and he's moved on. So Robyn saying, oh, sometimes he wants to get back with her, sometimes he doesn't, that's her interpretation of it, totally. Or possibly him lying to her, but it's not what he wants at all. He just wants Robyn.
And I've still been sort of hanging on to this.
Sort of. So then they start to like escalate a little bit in their conversation because, I mean, it is kind of like Robyn's beating a dead horse here. And you know they've had this conversation 1,000 times before.
You don't think that like you guys could
suck it up for the sake of the kids?
No,
Because that's what it'd be. Stop. You've got to stop pushing this on me, Robyn.
But don't you think that maybe it could work out? But don't you think, like, you know, maybe for the kids? But don't you think that, like, maybe if you went to counseling? But don't you think that, oh my gosh, she's maddening. This is a woman who always gets what she wants, and she does not know how to handle herself when she doesn't get what she wants. And she wants him in a relationship with Janelle because she knows they don't have a relationship, so that's perfect for her. She can be the real wife, Janelle can be the financial provider wife, and handle the books and do the taxes, all the stuff that she did for the family in the past that now Robyn might have to do, God forbid. Who am I kidding? She can't do any books.
It's out the season, man.
It's not going to happen. She's just upset they're going to have to hire extra people to do all the stuff that Janelle used to do. And they're now not going to have her income as a part of it either. So it's sort of a double whammy.
You and I have a truth.
Not this again.
We share it looking in each other's eyes.
What's the truth? What truth? Is this how they communicate with each other? No wonder nobody ever gets anywhere. We talk around things. We talk sort of about things. We use adjacent words. And this is why she has no idea that he and Janelle were over 2 years ago. We're just talking like this. Just say what you mean, Kody.
Like, couldn't you go to therapy and...
Oh my gosh, she's insufferable.
You don't think you could figure it out?
I know you're trying to do this again.
Don't make me sympathize with Kody, Robyn. Don't make me sympathize with Kody. Oh God. Living in that house. It's gotta be maddening. And then we get Robyn talking very ambiguous again. You said weird things. You said strange things. Are you just being bitter? Like, what about those weird and strange things that you said? Like, oh my gosh, can a producer prompt her to explain herself, please? Sorry. Moving on.
I don't want to blame you for me hanging on to Meri.
You already did. Now, her expression when you said that is one of, oh, excuse me? So I don't think they've really discussed this. Wait till she sees that in prior episodes, he's already thrown her under the bus. This season isn't going to go down well in their house when they watch it together.
And you're backing my conscience saying you can't leave.
I didn't say you can't leave. I didn't say you can't. I was like, and I said you need to see if you can work it out with her.
I'm not blaming you.
Okay, what are you doing then? Because it sounds like you're blaming her. I don't understand the difference. How is this not blaming her? This is why his life is so messed up. He thinks this is not blaming her. All right.
Okay, but I'm not at your behest. I'm not going to sit here and try and fix things with a marriage that will never work.
At your behest. Kody thinks he's in Game of Thrones right now. At your behest. Who says behest? Nobody.
At the behest of the prince.
He loves to speak any language but English, quite frankly. British words, plenty of them. Old English, lots of it. Dropping off all the little function words, using incorrect grammar, basic, simple, elementary grammar, like putting an S on a singular form or dropping the S off of a plural form, or leaving the word or the or an out altogether. Kind of like he's speaking English as a second language. And he really wants people to think he is not from America.
You can have him.
Oh, man. All right, let's move on. Can we just take a pause here for a second? I want to flashback just for a second to Kody insisting. This is the most recent one I can remember. Maybe there's a more recent one, but there's multiple situations where Kody insists he does not have a favorite wife, nor does he have a wife that he listens to all the time. He is his own man. He makes up his own mind, and he doesn't listen to what his wives tell him. He is in charge of his family. He's the man. Remember this?
I do have a wife who says that Meri is our family and you need to have her come over for Christmas. I normally just disregard her opinion.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. Really? You don't know me if you think that I'm not a man of my own mind.
Oh, okay. Here's what he's saying now.
I probably would have moved on from Meri a lot sooner, but Robyn was constantly encouraging that relationship. She told me that I needed to go and sleep on Christine's couch when Christine kicked me out of the house. When I had the fight with Janelle, she was saying, please, please. She was begging me not to fight with Janelle.
And Janelle? Oh, we need more Janelle in this series. My goodness, TLC. Not only have we been missing Janelle just because she's Janelle, but when she's there, the things she says... She's amazing. She's amazing. Okay, I'm going to try to get it all in here. It's going to be hard for me to splice it up and get it past the copyright because I love everything she says.
I mean, I have no idea what Robyn was pushing Kody to do, and I think it's a shame if Kody could be that controlled by Robyn that he would try to stay in a relationship, that wasn't working. But if she has that much control over him, that's great. They can have that.
And I love how proud she is at the end. She's like...
I do believe that when Robyn came into the family, she intended to have a plural family. And I don't think that changed.
I agree with Meri. I do think she wanted to be in a plural marriage. I think she wanted to move up to head wife in the plural marriage. I think she wanted to have complete control in that marriage. I don't think she wanted to live with any of the wives. I think she wanted to dictate it. I mean, it's not really like a plural marriage because she eventually got the husband to even not sleep with the other wives, not have any intimacy with them, not spend time with them, but she received all the money. She wanted a pseudo plural marriage, a plobyn. It's plural in Robyn. A plobyn marriage. We can clone this now. The plobyn marriage is one where you come into existing plural marriage and you work your way up. You really just use your womanly wilds to keep your man from spending much time with the other wives. You make him want you more than anything else. And then you use that to manipulate his mind. And with somebody like Kody, an easy thing to do. And you start to control him. It's the plural Robyn marriage, the plobyn marriage. I mean, it's the perfect situation. The finances are multiplied so much. There's enough wives there that you can hide. It's fun, it's exciting, thrilling to keep him away from them. There's the power and control that you have. The plobyn wife in the plobyn marriage, it's the pinnacle. She did it. Until it all came crumbling down. Well, I have to agree with Meri too. I don't think that she wanted it to change either. Yeah? Oh, did you get something? What'd you get? Let me see. What'd you get? Oh, you got a cow. Yes, very good. You killed a cow. Good boy. Come here, let me give you a pet. Good boy. Yeah, you did it. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Okay, let me finish up and then I'll get you some food, okay? You have to wait. Just wait. Go lay down. You good boy. Okay. No, you're not getting him back. We're not going to do this all night. It's late. It's after 1. Okay. What really matters is that just what happened. What the heck? Who said that? What really matters is that just what happened. Probably Kody. Let's go back. Okay, we're back. Kody says a line that makes no sense. Moving on. Oh, okay. Not gonna dissect it. It's too late. Too late. Gotta keep moving. Oh, great. The line was, what really matters is that just what happened. What really matters is that just what happened. But then he goes on and says, and I need you to accept that. And she's nodding like she understands. Maybe they do have a deep relationship. Maybe she does speak Kody. She's like, yeah.
What really matters is that just what happened. And I really need you to accept that.
What? Instantly, I'd be like, could you say that one more time? Because I think I missed a word or two.
Or 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Maybe 10 or 11.
Or 50.
Hearing might be going. Oh, here's a clip of Robyn saying something unique.
Oh, just more of my dreams slipping away. It's more of what I hoped for slipping away. I just don't know how to let it go.
Psych!
20 times at least.
Apparently, Kody has shared with Robyn in the past that he has fallen out of love with her at some point. Because Robyn said to Kody, well, when it comes to Janelle, people fall in and out of love. Why is this not? See, we're still having the same conversation. So, thought we resolved this a long time ago, but somehow, same conversation, same words, same cycle, same idea. One idea. We're still going round and round and round the mulberry bush. Okay.
And it's not just
Couples fall in and out of love.
Yeah, for 15 minutes, I can be mad enough at you to think that I could leave.
Kody says, Janelle and I are not in love. She says people fall in and out of love. And he said, well, yeah, people do. But like for us, it's only like 15 minutes when that happens. And then he starts confessing that he's expressed that to her a couple times in the past. And he feels bad about it.
You've caught me at a couple bad times where I verbalized that, and I wish that I wouldn't have. And I am very sorry.
You were mad at me?
It's mean, Kody. Really mean to say you've fallen out of love. So he has told her that he has been so upset with her that he was going to leave her a couple times. And now here he's apologizing for that. A slight moment of me feeling bad for Robyn here, too. Because that's low. It's low to throw out divorce or separation or leaving somebody as a weapon. To be so mad at somebody to just say that when you don't really mean it. It's not good. So then Robyn, the whole exchange is so confusing because he says, I'm so sorry that I verbalized that. And she goes, you're mad at me? Well, why else would he leave you? And then he says, well, I was mad at the situation. So I think I'm not going to tell you that I was mad at you. I was mad at the situation. She's like, well, then why would you leave me? He's like, I don't know, because I don't know what to say, because I'm Kody Brown.
mad at the situation enough.
But why would leaving me have something to do with that?
Just.
I need time to think.
I'm getting myself caught in my own web of lies. And when stuck in the web of lies, it's hard to come out of it. Apologies sometimes work. Actually, apologies almost always work. But Kody can't do that.
That's my point. It's this very silly thing. But when you really just don't want to be around each other.
Me and you?
No.
Oh.
What?
Just mad at the situation enough.
But why would leaving me have something to do with that?
Think.
Just. That's my point. It's this very silly thing. But when you really just don't want to be around each other.
Me and you?
No.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's just silly.
Don't try to figure them out. You'll get a headache.
Have a great week, sister friend. A great day tomorrow. Take care. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
I can't wait. I can't wait.